Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peace that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome you to a wonder-filled Wednesday. Really excited for my guest who's in the building. We got TV Bobby in the building, y'all. My gosh, representing Lunar Park shoes. And I'm so excited that he is here. We're going to be learning all about the beginnings of this amazing company and how he's bringing something that is so unique that we need in our community, covering our feet in a creative, artistic way. So I'm so glad he's here. But y'all know I'm happy you're here as well. This is when you get to share this show. We're at the top of the show, so it's the perfect time to actually spread what we do here on the Day with Trae with others who you feel could benefit from our daily dose of dopeness we give you here on the Day with Trae. And you know, as always, if you can't watch us, you can listen to us as well. Anywhere you find your favorite podcast, just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You will find us on your favorite platform. Now, you know, I always got to give y'all a message before I get into it with my guests. And so before I connect with Bobby, I just want to say that, you know, when I think about some of the things that have really benefited my life, it has been connection. And y'all hear me talk about community all the time, but there's so many great nodes of what that looks like in my life, whether it's on the job, in the community, shopping with community brands, or connecting with friends in a community space. There are so many different things that we have access to now. And I realized as a young person, I didn't know that like how we were spending our time and where we were spending our money was essentially in Black spaces. You know, growing up in the Central District, there was a corner store called Mr. Dunn's. Now, for anybody who knows, it was right there on 19th, and Mr. Dunn's was this old Black man. My whole family knew him. So when I would go there, it was okay for me to buy cigarettes for, you know, my person, my family member, my adult in the life, like whether it's my uncle, my mom, or somebody, like it was okay. He was like, no, he knows I'm going to go take them cigarettes back. He knew I wasn't about to take one out the pack and try to smoke it, right? But there was something really special about that kind of connection that has oftentimes been lost. And a lot of the loss has been, you know, shown and reported on and put in books, but we don't talk about the ways that we are doing building of connection now. And this is something I really want to share because we do have vendor markets that are available to us. You know, they're doing them all the way up north in Everett. They're doing them all the way in Tacoma, all up and down the I-5 corridor. I know about vendor markets that are happening that really help to localize our spending. And not only are we localizing the money, so the economic side is being taken care of, but we're also building relationships. And that's what community was all about growing up. If you're somebody who was in that era where you know somebody on your block could call on your parents and get you in trouble, or they themselves may be able to whoop your tail. Now that's a time that we don't have right now. But when we understand the power of collectivizing our energy, our relationships, our love, there's something really special about it. And I love being able to see the new age ways that we're being innovative in those connections, right? Because it doesn't just mean that I go and spend money with a Black vendor. It means I'm talking to them. I'm getting to learn their story. I might have to bring them on the Day with Trae so that y'all can know their story. It means that we are more invested in our community and the well-being of our businesses. Because now we know those folks. Now we remember, oh my gosh, she's trying to send her daughter to college. Like, we need to go and buy more of those products in the next few months so that they can have what they need. We are invested in ways that we often are not when we're just shopping online. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not someone who shops online. I do, but I'm also looking for additional vendors that are local in their communities to shop with if I'm looking for something specific. So I just want to encourage y'all to understand some of these nuances around collective energy, relationships, community building. It may look different right now, but the benefits are the same. The power of it is the same as when we were growing up in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, right? It was different then. It was different for a lot of us. And many of us didn't grow up with technology in our hands the way that these newer generations have had to. And so we remember the time when we had to know phone numbers by heart, right? When we had to know directions by heart. We had to know where we was going. So I'm just encouraging folks to find their ways of utilizing the benefits of what we had before technology was in our hands to the power of today through building relationships and being intentional about where we build relationships and where we spend our dollars. Of course, after this short break, up next, we got TV Bobby in the building from Lunar Park Shoes, and we're going to be talking about how we can spend our dollars with him and the amazing shoe line that he has through Lunar Park, and he's also going to be sharing some designs with us, so y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and joining me right now, we got Bobby in the building. What's
Hey,
up?
how you doing, family?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're doing something that I just don't see enough of, right? I mean, you are taking the shoe industry by storm and creating designs that we just don't see anywhere else. I want to hear these beginnings, Bobby. What made you say, you know what? I'm going to focus my energy in the shoe game.
I grew up loving shoes. I used to draw shoes as a kid, and like my own style. Some of my friends would draw like a Jordan 1 or a Nike, whatever. I would draw my own shoes. But then I would want the Griffeys, I would want the Pennies, but I couldn't afford them. My mom wasn't, she only made so much. So as I got older and I got money to be able to buy everything, I bought everything that I wanted as a kid. As soon as they re-released it, reached back for things that they hadn't retroed. And then I started to say, okay, now I'm looking for representation. I have kids, I want representation. So Nike would give all these other cultures and ethnicities a shoe specifically for them. But when it came to black people, they'd be like, hey, here's RGB. That's for all of y'all. The black diaspora is thick. A black American has a story that needs to be told and should be told, separate from our Nigerian brothers, from our Haitian brothers and sisters, from our, all across the diaspora. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to start with my history as a black American and then eventually team up with others to be able to let their voice be heard and their message get out via the art form of footwear.
Wow. I tell you that, when I first saw Lunar Park shoes, I promise you, I was like, what? We got our own?
Yes, queen.
the beauty of it is that it is one of those things that I think a lot of people are intimidated to embark on. How did you figure out like how to do this? Because there's certain materials involved, right? The way that shoes are put together is very different from clothing. So tell us a bit about some of that history that you had to go through to get to where you are today.
Well, the first thing that I did is I'm always about giving love to those that came before me. So I wanted to represent Seattle, so I did my research, and I seen the first person in Seattle that was black that had their own footwear company was Alfred P. Freeman. So he was based in downtown Seattle, and he would take advertisements out in the newspaper, and they would, some of the white counterparts, they would say, hey, if you want your shoes made by a white person, come shop with us. So just the history of learning that, said, okay, I want to take this seriously. I know what Alfred did. So going to, like you said about the materials, I knew shoes, so I knew about the materials and everything, but I didn't know how expensive it was to get in it. So that's another reason that keeps us out of the footwear game is in order to do an original shoe. So not take a Jordan 1 and just take the check off and put the Space Needle. You would have to have a certain MOQ, MOQ, the minimum order quantity. And if you want, like my shoes, they're top tier, competitive with all the big brands, it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars, to really have a footing in the game. So I saved up enough bread. I took the knowledge that I had growing up from messing with shoes. As I got older, still messing with shoes, and said, okay, I want to apply these materials to my shoes, but I want to find a great manufacturer. So after investing thousands of dollars, I found a manufacturer that was able to do it, got the MOQ, and it was scary because it was over $10,000 to be able to start in the game. So that was a big hurdle, and it was, kind of scary, but I had some money to the side, saved, quite a bit, put some more money with it, and decided to give it a go with our first shoe, the Black History 1.
Wow. And how long ago was that?
So I started making one-of-ones in maybe 2016, doing customizations even before that. But as far as being a real official business, about 2022. 2022. Yeah.
Wow. And now you've just been rocking. I see you all over the place. You're at vendor markets. And tell us about how people are receiving the fact that we can purchase shoes from someone in our community that have some of the dopest designs. Tell us about some of the folks receiving this.
It's the love has been, all right, when I launched, right, I said there's two ways it can go. It's going to go sell out fast, or it's going to be hard work. But I know I have faith in my design, so I know I'm going to have to break down doors and let people know I'm here. So as I'm going through one event and, to the next, I've been able to sell a lot of shoes, generate a lot of fans. The hard part has been to get people unindoctrinated from saying, hey, I need Nikes, I need Jordans, I need a Yeezy or whatever it was at the time when I launched that was the hot shoe. So it's been, you have some creatives or people who are just like yourself. I love your swag, I love your drip, how you do your thing. So somebody like you would say, hey, I like this shoe. I don't care what brand it's by. And luckily Seattle has a lot of that too. So I've been getting a lot of love here. People have been loving the products, but I say the biggest issue, the biggest hurdle has been getting people when I'm at these events to see this brand, this high quality brand, the same way that they would see a Jordan or one of the other brands.
Yeah. So. And this is something that I understand it because it's an ideology thing. When we think about the things that we may have attributed to, examples of success, or it shows that I'm successful because I could purchase these kinds of things. I have to deal with that in my own drip, my own wardrobe, right? Where I'm like, I'm not just trying to copy paste, right? So I like a lot of custom pieces. Nice. I really enjoy being able to support local brands and being a person that's like going to be a spokesperson, say, you need to go to the website, you need to check this out, right? So I think it requires people to be bold enough in their choices, but also to be confident enough in how they present, because I think there's something about, hey, if I got a certain thing on me, people then know that I'm that
Yeah,
one, right?
yep.
And it's not true necessarily. It's
At
all
all.
about how you carry it.
Yep.
So I love hearing you say that, and I'm definitely here to support Lunar Park. So I will be rocking your shoes, and I will be telling folks how to get them. But you brought a couple for us to see, and I want to give you some time to dive into these designs so you can show us what you brought.
Nice. Okay, so we start off with the box. This is the Underground Railroad box. I got commissioned to show some of the routes that some of the formerly enslaved would try to travel. A lot of people don't know that we went further south to be able to seek freedom because they couldn't mess with us there because of the malaria and the things from the mosquitoes, the snakes, the alligators, and we were used to it. And we're like, okay, we're going to make a safe place here because this is all we have. So a lot of people didn't know we went further south. A lot of people don't know there's a big community in Mexico of black people that were formerly enslaved because a lot of the runaways, they struck a deal with the Mexican government to say, hey, we will fight for your army if you allow, if you abolish freedom here. That's actually the Mexican government came with the deal. They said, hey, you fight for our army, help us secure our borders, we'll abolish slavery here. So I wanted to show some of the designs, some of the pathways in the box. So opening up the box here, we have, this is one. Now, I wanted to come up here a while ago, but I wanted to wait to debut some heat on here, and I put together the greatest Halloween sneaker pack ever. I'm a sneakerhead, so I know what's out there. So it comes with some of the details. Try to go through it real quick. It has some of the aged news articles from the movie Sinners. So this Halloween shoe is themed from the movie Sinners because a lot of times you will have a Halloween shoe that's a Jason, a Freddy, a Michael Myers, a Chucky, a Ghostface, but you wouldn't have a black scary movie. And then like Candyman, a lot of people think Candyman is a black scary movie, but the original writer had the original Candyman was a white man, but he wanted to make money off it. So he said, hey, what's missing? A black scary movie. So that's why he did that. So here's one of the designs here. This is the center shoe. You have the smoke in the stack, the blue and the red. You have this from the cousin Sammy, who at the end of the movie, I don't want to get too, well, he had in the beginning of the movie, actually. He got scratched on the face, so it has the scratches on the toe box, so many details. The blood splatter midsole comes with the vampire candy, 2 pairs of laces. So that's these ones. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know we're on a little.
I mean, you showed us, but this is the kind of detail that you could put into a shoe that we realize doesn't happen often.
Correct.
In the shoe game.
For
I mean,
sure.
There's all types of margins they're trying to make.
Yes,
and
indeed.
meat and different things that keep the creativity a little bit boxed in, I would say, right? Like we know, okay, when we saw the first air bubble and we
when
were
they
like,
exposed
oh,
it,
man, the
yeah.
Air Maxes, oh snap, right? Like we knew that there was something different, but now we see those in a lot of different shoes, right?
Facts,
and so
indeed.
I think that we get these fundamentals that maybe are kind of configured in different ways, but the fundamentals are there.
Yep.
So you've taken the fundamentals and you built on that.
Indeed.
What are the other designs you're here to show us? I definitely got to get the Centers when they drop. Just tell us about this drop real quick.
Okay,
too.
yeah, so the Centers drop. The Centers will be dropping. It's going to be a pre-order. They're limited edition. Once they drop and they're gone, they won't come back. So it's going to be a 2-week pre-order. The pre-order starts on October 20th. It will end on October 31st on Halloween because Centers will be coming back to theaters then. So it just kind of so happened to match up and was kind of like a divine type of a situation. They're limited. They'll be... So if you follow us on Instagram, Lunar Park US, you'll be able to see when the drops happen and save your coins, know what's going on when it comes to the center shoe, and there'll be more details. I'll be able to break it down further, on there than on here.
Yeah, and just real quick, the sizes, because people are probably like, you got
right.
my size.
And so I had an issue, right, with the other outsole, because if a lot of people, you've seen the shoes that I held up, that's the more 80s style inspired outsole, but our original outsole is we call it the bullet tooth outsole, inspired by Harriet Tubman, because she said she would keep her revolver on her for anybody that's getting in her way. So it has details on that. That outsole only went from size 7 to size 11, and to make other sizes it costs $1,800. If I wanted to make a size 12, it costs $1,800 just for the mold, and then you have to get the shoe made. So this release here, we use this outsole as a throwback to the 80s, but also to be able to serve. I have big feet gang that be on my head for only going to size 11. Now small feet gang, my auntie, she'll be like, man, nephew, when you gonna get me some size 4.5s? So this shoe here will be a size 4.5. The center shoe will be 4.5 to 12, and the ones I'm gonna show you now will also be these will be from size 6 to 12 also. And I wanted to bring this one out because you said something earlier about the air bubble. Yes. And like you said, the air bubble, we seen it was in the Air Force One, but we couldn't see it. So when they exposed it, it was like, oh, you can have a air pack that's visible and not blow up or whatever. So that inspired the people. That inspired me to create an outsole, an air bubble outsole with more aerodynamics. It's more ergonomic than the Nike outsole, more textures. It's a way, in my opinion, it's a way better looking outsole than the original Nike air bubble outsole. So these are the Cocoa Beaches. All of our shoes, what makes us different between Nike and Reebok is not only the colorway tells a story, that's what Nike does. Our shoe from the beginning, from the bottom to the top, it tells a story. So these are the beach runners inspired by all the beautiful beaches in Washington State. And this, I said, okay, after the first one, how can I take this water theme and make it expand it, keep it going. Yeah. So I said, okay, drinks. What do I like to drink? I love to drink hot chocolate. That's my favorite cheat drink. So we have the Cocoa Beaches, the cocoa colorway with the marshmallow laces, and the wet cocoa splash texture on there. We have also, this is the Sodo. It just, for some reason, when I made this shoe, it reminded me of the South of downtown. It reminded me of going to the games, the Mariners, the Seahawks. So this is the Sodo, which is inspired by my father, my dad. When he was a kid, he couldn't afford Chuck Taylors, so he would have to go to Safeway and go reach in the mix match bag barrel, to get them together. And he said that they would slide like he was on ice when he was on concrete. And then nowadays they have the Miharas, and some of my young homies, they like, man, we love the Miharas, but they're $300 on sale. We can't afford that. So can you design us something that's similar, but it was more affordable? So that's when I came up with inspiration from my dad and the young homies to come up with the Sodos, which is inspired by the Vans, Chuck Taylors, and shoes of that nature, PF Flyers. So with just my own twist with the thicker laces, the thicker eyelets, the removable tongue, the removable patch on the tongue. This one has the Black American Heritage flag. You can put a Seahawks flag there, a Jamaican flag, whatever you want to put there, you'll be able to get it made. We'll have a customization process so you can get that put on there.
Wow. Bobby, I got to tell you, just kudos to you, man.
Thank you so much.
It is like you are just, I'm beaming over here with pride because you are in our community with this amazing product.
Born and raised in Seattle.
Yes. Okay, so I just got to say, of course, I got to give you time because I'm going to geek out. These are amazing. I'm like, I want them all, right? So I'll work with you on that. But please make sure people know how they find you, how they support, how they follow you, so we can know about these drops and we can make sure that Lunar Park becomes a real institution in our community where, like, if you come to Seattle, people need to be like trying to stop by and get their Lunar Parks, right? Like, let us be the exclusive ones to like blow this out the water. Look right there. Let the folks know how they plug in.
You can go to Lunar Park US on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Lunar Park US. That's LUNAR PARKUS. The website is shoplunarpark.com. That's shoplunarpark.com. We have a few sizes of some shoes available there, but if you follow us on Instagram and the other social media, you'll be able to lock in and see when something might be restocked, see what's coming in the future, and lock in there.
Wow, Bobby, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you got a new drop, I'm telling you, come back to the Day with Trae. We got you. I want to make this big, yo. I will be a spokesperson or one of those. What do they call that? Like when you like are a person who wears the thing, you're like a ambassador.
Yes, indeed.
Ambassador, man. You got one right here.
We're gonna lock in. I'm gonna keep you. I'm talking about it,
man.
For sure.
I mean it. Like,
sure.
Not that I need a discount. I just want to wear them and promote them. Right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for the work you. Now I'm gonna let you go, but Lunar Park. What's that about? No. I mean the name.
Okay, so Lunar Park. There's a saying that's saying sky's the limit. I play beyond that. We play beyond that. So we go beyond just what they view we can do. This felt at one point in time impossible. So for me to be able to do it, it helped me realize like, yo, I am playing a different game, that the sky's not the limit for me. I can go beyond it. We play beyond it. So of course, a park is what we're used to the kids playing at on Earth and whatever, but this is a lunar park. We're playing beyond the sky.
This is a lunar park, E. We're playing beyond the sky. No, you know, me and E are sneakerheads, so we're geeking out. That's why I keep calling it, because E's over there geeking out. I see the heat on your feet,
the seat on her. She'll stay with heat on her feet.
You know, he's definitely, we are geeking out. Hey, Bobby, we got you, man. Anytime you need to come and drop more or share more information or anything around another holiday drop, man, just let us know. We love to continue to amplify Lunar Park.
Thank you so much, Trae. I appreciate you.
Wow. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. He has done something that seemed seamlessly impossible. He's made it possible, y'all. So y'all know I'm going to wrap up this inspiration right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Getting the scholarship really changed the conversation. It went from, no, I can do school in my free time and make it work, to I could only focus on school and I could be the best I can be every single day. I can soak up everything. I can read before class and make sure I'm not just learning enough to pass a test. Like, I could really pour all my time into school. That's what having a Seattle College Foundation Scholarship did for me.
We're electric. I feel like the fans can feel that, and we're just going to keep this going.
He struck him out! Gino, like he never left Seattle!
Keep bringing the energy. We really need it. Let's go.
Got him at home! My baseball Cal did it!
We show a lot of heart. This team has a lot of fight. You guys have been electric. You guys are the key to this, so thank you guys.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to Bobby for being here, Lunar Park. Now, I'm going to tell y'all know I love being inspired, and that is why we have guests coming here on The Day with Trae. But there is something so special about what he has shared with us today. Not only the story behind it, the story behind the name, which we got at the last minute because I had to ask, right? But also the fact that he had a vision and he saved up for it. And now he has molds available. He has styles available. He's been out here in vendor markets, making sure that we know what Lunar Park is about. I'm going to tell y'all, there's nothing greater than us promoting us. And I mean that in terms of, we talk about the Pacific Northwest. There is an era of how we style ourselves, how we can say, we don't care what nobody else got going on. We got something up here that's different. And I'm encouraging y'all to get tapped in with Lunar Park. Clearly, if you were a fan of Sinners, which I know I am, I know so many people who were, be looking out for that Sinners drop later this month. Make sure y'all follow Lunar Park US on all those platforms, because we need to be amplifying this shoe brand right here that is local, that is caring about our community, and that is inspiring the next generation to understand how to do this work. So shout out to his inspiration, Mr. Freeman. We appreciate your hard work, your energy, your inspiration, your story, so that we can continue this legacy through Bobby. So Bobby, so grateful for everything you're doing. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. And take this inspiration as a node, a notch, a level of encouragement for you to go chase your dreams, man. Do it. Save With the internet available to us, we can learn just about anything. So I encourage you to be inspired and bring your brilliance out like Bobby has. Well, I'll be back with y'all tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.